Hello everybody and welcome to this year's GEDA WebExpo. Today we want to look at a special product of ours that we've brought out recently, GEDA Central, an online platform to connect you with a lot of services that you can use on your own. Those are the GEDA Installation Designer, GEDA Instant Support, GEDA Document Center, the GEDA Machine Management, the GEDA BIM Center, and GEDA Academy. But before we delve right into it, we will have to look at how to get registered, what the menu looks like, and how you can use it as a customer. So, we have finally logged in this URL address into our browser, central.geda.de, and it will automatically lead us to this login head page. Of course, if you have already an account with us, on Central that is, you can enter your email and your password, opt for stay signed in, and you just go for the login. You can also, as with all other account options online, request a new password. That is not a problem. Down here, this is something that it might show up in German sometimes, so you can switch to English here. And if there is other future language options, obviously they will appear down below. Now, the case we want to be looking at today is if you're not a customer yet, click for registration. Now, one word to this, not a customer doesn't mean that you're not a customer buying machines from us. This only means you might be a new customer that doesn't know or work with us yet. This could also mean you've been a customer for 20 years, but for other reasons you don't have a GEDA Central account. I'm going to show you why. So if we click on here, there's an actual distinction between my company already is a GEDA customer and my company is a new customer for GEDA. We make that distinction because many of our partners in the market who use GEDA products will purchase these from a distributor. And the distributors are already having a customer account on Central. So if you are one of our dealers and distributors and you buy directly from GEDA, you click here, you insert your GEDA customer number, an invoice number from the last 12 months, as well as setting your email address and the password for GEDA Central. Then all you need to do is add your personal contact details, accept the terms of use, and go for register. It will then be forwarded to our responsible manager for your region and be confirmed in the last step. If you are, however, a new customer for GEDA, and by this again, I don't mean a new customer in terms of machinery. You might also have machinery, but do order via a dealership of ours. Please press this button, and then you can insert your company details first, that number, address, and where you're located, and then your personal contact details. This also, after clicking on Request Registration, will then be passed on to the responsible manager in your region. We will get in touch with you and then we will send the final confirmation for you to use GEDA Central at your full benefit. Well now, we have successfully registered and have gotten our confirmation. We've entered our details and now we are actually in GEDA Central. What we see here is, first of all, welcome to the GEDA Central dashboard. On our dashboard, the different functions that GEDA Central offers to this day. This, as many services, will be expanded in the future. So we see here Machine Management, Academy, Installation Designer, BIM Center, Instant Support, and the GEDA Document Center. Above, here we see the feature to make changes on our language settings. This is our personal account. Here we see GEDA Messages. This is a special feature that will send you updates and info and news about technical innovations that come from GEDA and GEDA service specifically. Then, on the upper left hand, we have GEDA Tools. This is just the side tools to jump into the other features. It's not really helpful at the moment. It will help you later on the further you go down into the system. Help is a very important section because help is all over the different functions. So Questions like, what does the GEDA installation designer provide? What is in there? What is not in there? Same as, what does the letter E mean in the vertical mast geometry? So it gets very specific at a specific point in the program. If we jump back, then we have GEDA Shop. Don't confuse this with a web shop. GEDA Shop only means this is for payable services within GEDA Central to register your your credit card and help you pay, for example, for advanced calculations or other services you find on GEDA Central. This is not to purchase GEDA equipment. Then at least under my company, you can, if you are the first to use your company's account, you can add more colleagues and make the account settings to say who is the admin in charge and who are the other colleagues. So if we jump back, this all is the overview, and now to the individual features. The GEDA Installation Designer is a very good tool to help you calculate the tying forces of your GEDA machine to the building or the scaffolding or whatever surface it is tied to. The GEDA Installation Designer is a growing platform. This means that GEDA will subsequently upload different machines that then will have all the tying cases, all the different force scenarios that you can imagine, and once it's uploaded, it is complete. That goes with current mast systems and with previous mast systems alike. For the moment, there's a wide array of GEDA machines already uploaded, and how we go through the menu and what you have to enter in terms of valid data is what we will discuss today. For the Installation Designer, we jump right onto the tile, click on it, and it leads us to, first, an introductory video to help you speak through the different functions of the Installation Designer and the output. Part of it is what we will discuss today. Part of it is a bit more in depth. I invite you to look at this video yourself. Today we will only look at how the program works. Again, above here we can change the language. Here we have a couple of languages available. Then the help section, we already might know from previous videos, will bring you to the overall help section within GEDA Central. Then if we jump back, we have to close this tab actually. Then you can choose between a metric system and an imperial system. You can have an overview over your projects that you already have. And then of course, you can log out from your account. But what we will do today is, we already have a couple of projects here. We will create a new project. The project name, for the sake of argument, will be Construction Site 1. Customer is our best. And the project description will be just a 500 ZZP. Next, we can make a choice. So we will not go by product, but in this case we will first have to select the mast system we work with, only to go between, is it a one mast system or an actual two mast system. The project is already called 500 ZZP. In this case, it only has one mast. Next. And now we can select the product. And here, the products currently available are 300 ZZP, 500 ZZP, and the Multilift P6. We go for the 500 ZZP and save. And now, the important thing is, do we go for the left-hand side mast or for the right-hand side mast? In this case, we go with the standard single left. And the platform also comes with what mast type it is. If you are a customer that has worked with us in the last 6 years, I say, you will only know the Uni X mast with its very easily recognizable X in the mast section. So your 500 ZZP will most likely have platform C and the Uni X mast. If you have older machinery, these also might come with the unimast. Here, other forces apply. If you do mix your masts, uni and uni-x mast, you also will have to go towards unimast, because we will have to assume a mixed system as going with the weaker, the older information. For our project, we go with C and the uni-x mast, save. And now our overview already unfolds. This is already a lot of information that we can see on here. We see our project name, product, and the one-mast system and the platform type, everything we already put in there. If I need to discuss this with my colleagues, I can share the project with them via GEDA Central. The load capacity, experts in the GEDA universe know that 500 kg if it is used in people mode, 800 if it is used as a material hoist. That is what we can make a choice of the moment we're looking at this as a transport platform. Then W is the distance above the last tie. Caution here, the ties are numbered downwards and ascend as they move towards the floor. So the last tie is actually tie 1. The G's actually go up. If you want to discuss any information about tie forces or you have any difficulties, please always refer to this diagram to give our technicians relevant and precise information on what they're looking at. So we leave W where it is. The value of Z can also be adjusted, but we leave it as it is as well. And then the system already put a default value into the different distances between the ties for us. So we won't have to do anything here. Under E, I can make adjustments on where the first tie comes in. We will also leave it at 4, but the system already tells me that there's only an admissible set of values that can be put in at all. So if I would put in 1 meter, it wouldn't actually let me do that. H is the general height, the complete height that the machine in this project will travel to. Again, there is maximum values defining the maximum that the machine is capable of. Then a very important thing to remember is the EU wind region. If we open that, we will see the typical GEDA wind map of the EU and also the adjoining countries. So if I'm set, for the sake of argument, in the Midlands of the United Kingdom, I will make a choice for region D. I'll close this window, opt for D. The wind impact pressure is selected. I do have an assembly plank, yes, because I can also choose one without. And the ground condition would allow me to select concrete, gravel, a steel plate or asphalt concrete, because not only will I get the tie forces from this program, I will also get the ground pressing forces. In my last step, I will have to insert the values that measure the distances of the actual tie points in this diagram. So I will have to put in the distances for A, C, and B to actually help the program calculate what it wants to calculate. So in our case, we will keep it relatively simple by entering 2.5 as A, 2 as B1, 2 as B2, and C to go with 0. And then I already get a diagram to show me what that would look like. Now, the great thing about the installation designer is if I make a change here, it will at once show in the below diagram. So I'm always able to see what's going on. I'll set this back to 2. And we have our drawing here again. Now, this is just the geometry. If I want to be in the final stages, I can have a final look at what I inserted, and I can then choose between getting the standard values, the comfort, or the premium values. Again, here's an information button. there is obviously a price hierarchy and also a hierarchy in terms of details. So obviously the standard comes with least detail, but for most of your jobs that will provide you with the necessary information to be able to do your job and to get it approved. Comfort and Premium count with more detailed insight in what your ties are actually doing at any given point. However, these come at a price, which is then payable via the shop function in the GEDA Central. Once you've made your choice, we can then click on. And in my case, since I have the GEDA account, I will be able to show you what that would look like. We go in here and we will see the anchoring forces above and the ground forces below. I'll jump to open both of them. And it provides me with a PDF of what I've seen before. So here again is our basic information, platform size, etc. Everything in proper order, all the details for my customer or for the next person to work with to counter check. And here is the rough overview in the standard calculation of the forces that will appear on the actual tie. As I said, the standard is very short because it is the most basic of our calculations. The Comfort and the Premium will come with more data. And the same goes for the ground forces. Again, we see the cover page with the data as we put them towards the project. And here in the second part of the first page, as well as on the second page, we will get our ground forces and momenta at the foot section to approve. Then, this is what will remain of the project. It will be left and saved for future use. And if ever I come back to my projects list, construction site 1, the project that we just set up, is still here for everybody to work on or to delete at a later point. The GEDA BIM Center is a tool that becomes more and more important each day. It is mainly aimed for users, for rental companies, but also for project planners and architects to include all BIM modeling data into their data set that they get from construction sites and from incorporating each different object that is working on the construction site alike. We want to help include our hoists into this living picture of the construction site and will help you to download and to access these data from day one. GEDA BIM Center is one of the functions that can be accessed without previous registration from anywhere. Let's have a look. And now we go right for the GEDA BIM Center. Once we enter the tile, we are welcomed by a welcoming screen. There's a little induction video that you could look at. This has been provided by our service. Other than that, the below button helps you to get to the help section that we might already know from the GEDA Central induction. We close this and we can then discover the material and the machinery that is already uploaded. This is the different material hoists. This is the different transport platforms that are already uploaded in full. If we look at the 1500 ZZP, for example, we will find a picture, a product video, the links to the product catalog, document center, and the website, basic data, and if I then proceed, an overall view of all the different variants that I can choose from in terms of platforms and size. If we click on the ED platform, it will even provide us with a preview of the picture that I'm about to download. And then I'm facing the difficult choice of which file format and which model I want. If it's 3D models, I have 4 different file formats to choose from. configurable 3D models too, and for my sakes and purposes, especially for demonstration, the PDF version in standard 2D. If I click on this, my collection is like a ware basket added by one. I can click on that, and then I can download my collection. And I'm straight led through to my download folder. I click through the different folders, and in the end I arrive at a wonderful PDF overview of the 1500 ZZP in the ED platform with a bird's eye view, a profile, and a view in front of a wall. And this is what I can do with all the different machines on the GEDA BIM Center. In GEDA Central, we also want to help the customer get even better service than they would get from calling a service partner or GEDA alone. Therefore, instant support is targeted mainly at the end user and their interaction with some of our smaller machines. This, much like the installation designer, is an ongoing project. We will fill in more details and more data over time. For the moment, the best you can get out of instant support is for the small range rope hoists where the end user, most of the time, will be able to help themselves. And how to do that, we will show you right now. If we scroll down a little, we find the instant support tile. We hop onto it, and it gives us already a selection of the battery ladder lift, the Mini Maxi series, and the lift, because these are the most suitable items where we have an end user using a smaller machine to help themselves if something goes wrong. There's either search terms I could type in, like wrong spool or cable drum, or I just click on the product that I'm working with, in this case a Maxi, and I look at the different categories. For example, the rope winch does not work despite the drive command. What would it offer me? All right, there is a description of what I can have a look at, what I could do. There's even a little video that I could watch. Very handy if I'm on site and I have my mobile phone in hands, and it will then guide me through with a step-by-step slideshow showing me where the different parts are and what to do with it. And then I can still provide feedback and say if it was helpful or not. Does my problem still exist? Well, then contact your service partner or GEDA service directly. Having all the documents ready for your machine is crucial to your work. However, sometimes the paperwork can just not be found in time because the machine is very old, or you want to share it with several colleagues, but the paper form wouldn't be sufficient. We wanted to help you with that. GEDA Document Center is a function of GEDA Central where you can access all your manuals, some of the drawings, and other machine documents to get instant access to the PDF documents, send it around, share it with your colleagues, and have it at your disposition at all times. This is a free tool. You don't have to pre-register in order to use it. Let's have a look at how it works. And now we hop right into GEDA Document Center. It opens up, providing you with a welcome screen, and on the left-hand side, the different categories to choose from. Again, as in other features, you are able to access the GEDA Help section or Frequently Asked Questions section directly. We'll close that. And then you can go on to all the different products. You see that this is very full already. And today we will go for a transport platform, namely the 500 ZZP again. Again, we see a picture, links to video, product catalog, the BIM data link, and the website, a short overview to see what the machine can do. Then we're faced with a decision, namely to choose from machine version 2 or 0. For people new to GEDA Central, this means that you should take a look on your machine. If it looks like this on the control section, that is version 0, built before 2018, 2019. That was when the change happened. If it looks like this, that is version 2. We are assuming a new machine, so hence we click on version 2. Then I would just go with the operating manual at the moment. I can also go for the spare part list, assembly instructions, maintenance manual, operating manual, and I want it in English today. Do I have a state of development? Please select. The double Y stands for the year and the CW stands for calendaric week. Those who already work with GEDA know that we often work with this. So if we look at the list below, because at the moment it's still good to overview, this is the choice that you're facing. So the latest would be from the year 23 and the calendaric week 44, which is very close to the end, most likely in November. If I click on that, again, it will be added to my basket. I can download it and it leads me straight through the download folder. Just takes a second. And once in, I click myself through and I have a perfectly simple transfer of the file and I have the PDF in hand. I can access that on site or in the office and share it as I see fit. That's how easy it is. That goes for all the other data as well. And as you can see, there's quite a choice of languages already available on the GEDA Document Center. Again, this is also something that can be freely accessed. There might be a change in hierarchy. So depending on your account and your relationship to us, you can access different parts of the documents. If you have any doubts or problems, please send us a message or speak to your dealership in question. One of the features that is most important to help you with transparency in your actual hoist fleet is GEDA Machine Management. With GEDA Machine Management, you can make your hoist smart. You can have real insight on what the hoist is doing at any given moment, what faults are occurring, how to help people on site when you're on the phone and can at the same time have a look at your machine. And all in all, just add transparency to your fleet and get the right statistics to yourself at any time. We'll see how it works and what you need to do in order to retrofit this to your existing fleet. So we hop right onto the GEDA Machine Management tile and we already get an overview and a lot of this different information at our hand. In our specific case, since I am on the GEDA demo account, we see here a Google Maps that we now can zoom in to see 2 actual dots depicting a machine. These are machines that we've equipped here at the GEDA premises to showcase what they can do. These are listed below. So if this was your account, you could have them distributed all over the world, basically, that Google Maps would extend as much as the usual Google Maps would do too. So you can have a worldwide view, a national view, wherever your machine is connected and has still the power cable not cut, it will display on that map. And then you will have the machines that are already registered. In our case, 2 500 ZZPs, 1 at our testing tower and 1 in the GEDA showroom. Now, before we hop into this, we have up here 3 buttons that will help us if we are completely unaware with this new feature. For one, the IoT retrofit helper. Those of you who are aware of the machine management solution, at the moment, new machines are equipped with all the technical setup to make them fit into GEDA machine management. For older machines, dating back until 2013 more or less, there is a retrofit option. And to find out what you need to add onto your machine, these are the machines that at the moment can be retrofitted. you just type in your serial number or the circuit diagram version that comes with it, and then you can check. The second button is Register Machines. This leads you to a mask. You insert the serial number, the activation code that is on your new machine and normally found inside the document box, and the location, and then you can connect to it. So if we scroll down and we unfold the showroom GEDA 500 ZZP, for example, we already get an overview on what many of you will identify as a digital version of the diagnostic system. We see that the operation is active and the assembly guard is active. So actually someone should go and get the assembly guard back in place again to be able to work with the machine. What else do we have? We have a runtime activity mirror taken on the 19th of April. It was active for 2 minutes, that's not much. And that was all around 10 o'clock. I can ask for it to update data if the last I heard from it was the 19th, all right? I can ask for suggestions. What should I do? Well, close mask cover, that's what it says. And a very interesting function, if I deem it fit to lock the machine, I can lock it from here. That does not mean that it will shut down and will leave people in peril. That just means that the next time this machine touches the base, the actual ground floor, it will not drive up again. So everybody who is on site will still be able to exit the platform, will be able to get down safe and sound. They will just not be able to go up again. A very interesting function if by what you see here the machine is worked at or handled by incompetent persons or outside of the agreed time frame. If we look at the showroom, that was the showroom machine. If we look at the testing tower machine, we see that the runtime is a bit more. We see that there is no faults currently on display, and we also see that the last time it ran was on the 7th of March and it ran for a full hour. Again, these are my 3 options. This is something already very important if an error or something that didn't work was mentioned on a call into my service department. My service engineer can have a look and can tell the people what to do. The GEDA range is a vast network of products and services alike. To always know what's going on and to know how to deal with it, we've established GEDA Academy in GEDA Central. With the help of a few short videos, instruction videos, tips and tricks that you would normally not know or not get, you can actually build on the knowledge base in your team and with yourself to help you get out more of your GEDA products. Let's have a look. Now then, as a final tile, we will hop on to GEDA Academy. And as you already see, this is intended to help you train up on your own, help your team train up on your own. There is this different descriptive title on each of the videos. For example, at the moment what we see is the retrofitting exercise for the GEDA machine management. There's different tips and tricks there. All videos have been prepared by our service department, so you can actually jump to the different sections within the video. But as a recommendation, I would just say either look for something in particular, go through the video categories that are displayed at the moment. You can put on a filter or go via the history button to the latest updated video. This is, as everything, an extending function. There will be more videos added onto it, and we're sure they will help you and your team in their everyday life. Thank you. Well, this was it. This was the GEDA WebExpo 2024. Thank you for joining in. I hope you liked it, and I hope you could learn a little bit more about GEDA Central. If you have any feedback, questions, or just open topics that you would like discussed, just Send us an email to your GEDA contact or for info@geda.de. We'll sure to be in touch. Thank you and take care. Bye.